So, I am Larry Steinhouse. I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. I'm here with my co-host, Omri Morad. We're talking about money. We're talking about all kinds of cool stuff.
And all kind of bad stuff.
Did we get the streaming back? I don't even know if we got the streaming back. Oh, well. I think we have an internet problem in here. Looks like we got. Okay. All right. So if you guys are online, my apologies that we lost the stream. And if you guys are listening in the car, we're just rambling right now. But if you guys want to call, actually, somebody call. Next person who calls get a copy of my book. My book is Money Hacks.
Okay.
It's all about everything that you think you know about money is wrong.
Yeah, how to wire money
how
the right
money
way.
To the wrong place. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. How not to buy annuities. Every advice, every mistake that we did in our life is mentioned there. So
not mistakes you made in your life. The mistakes I made in my life. I've been preventing you from making some of those mistakes, but you still have a habit of making some of those mistakes.
Some of them, I know.
But you're getting much better.
I won't say anything, but I'm pretty sure we have a new worst landlord, and we can't talk about that right now.
No. All right, so yeah, I don't want to talk about. I want to talk about that. Right?
Not yet.
We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
All right, we'll talk about that next week. So, how are we doing with our mobile home park?
So we are almost done. We have 2 more units, and the 1 unit that is ready for renovation, and it's actually not in such bad shape. It needs to be painted. We need to put new bathroom there, right? And we need to figure out if we're going to make it a 2 or a 3 bedroom. We need to remember this is the biggest unit we have in the park.
Right, and you keep saying you want to make it a 3 bedroom, which I think is silly.
I think that in the last 3 months, and that we own the park, and I also include our visit to the mobile home dealers, we saw that the most desirables are the 3 bedrooms.
Yeah,
Apparently,
maybe.
because of rent prices, I think people understand that even a family with 2 kids, or maybe even 3 kids, are considering a mobile home because the prices of rents are so high.
In Florida, yeah, I know.
Everywhere. I'm a tenant myself.
I know. I'm amazed at how. I mean, when we bought that park, I said
you said $1,000 to $1,200.
Yeah, I said $1,000, $1,200.
I know.
And the park owner said, no, you're gonna get 15. I'm like, no way. And this is, I think you get higher. So Army put them up for like 18, 17,
for
16.
how much I rented the first one, you remember?
18, almost 19, right?
18, and now with the shed, it's 19.
Yeah. I mean, I was blown away. People are paying $1,900 for a mobile home park? For mobile home?
So
wow.
You think about that, but you need to also consider that people are buying or renting a lifestyle. Those people have a home on the water.
Yeah, I guess.
And they wake up in the morning.
It is a beautiful place.
They are in a tropical weather.
Yeah.
And they enjoy every minute.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a mobile home, but the vibe there. Every time we go back from Florida, me and you.
Yeah, we want to stay there.
We're like depressed. We sit in the lounge. We're like, really? We need to go back? It's so cold in here.
Well, this week, when we go this week, we have to drive back. Oh,
I know.
That's going to be a nightmare. But we'll do it.
We need to figure out if we can still make it. Because you need a plate. We can take another plate or do something else, but we need to figure out if it's still possible to do it on Monday.
To do what?
On Tuesday, I'm sorry.
No, I got it under control.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we came up with an agreement.
Good.
I just got to bring her a certified check.
Okay.
So I'm hoping my money comes back on Monday. If it doesn't come back on Monday, then I have a problem. But it's not even a problem. I'll just get
she
the
will
money
let
from
you
somewhere
use
else.
the plate.
Yeah, I'll get the money from somewhere else.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. Anyway, you guys online, you want to give us a call, 855-939-1137?
No. It's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
All right.
What
and
now?
If you give us a call,
they get a free book.
A copy of my book called
which
Money
is
Hacks.
The best guide for life that I think a teenager can have.
Oh yeah, I've had teenagers read this book and be like, wow, set them on the right course from day one.
Because even in school, they put them on the wrong track of how to manage money.
Yes, agreed.
It's so bad.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
and it's so bad. And I think, yeah, this book is enlightening.
Yeah, if you read this book, you'll get a lot of knowledge about money. It'll be very different. Ken is saying hi. Ken is online saying hi too.
Woo-hoo.
Hi, Ken. Let's see if we got anybody else coming back in from online. I don't know. We might not. It's just we have. All right. So
what
Mike online asked a question, and his question is, when is housing affordability coming back? He's probably talking about the fact that we're getting all this money for these mobile homes, and he wants to know when affordable housing is coming back.
So I'm not sure about affordable housing for rent or affordable housing for buying.
I think what he means is, holy cow, I can't believe how expensive housing is right now.
For rent.
And it's not going to go down.
No, unfortunately, no.
Inflation has put its mark on rents and also houses right now.
Something bad happened, and I'm saying bad because it's not only the rents. I went and I bought a cream cheese of a big brand that everybody buy home, and I think you can imagine what cream cheese it is. And
is it the cream cheese for the town that we're next to?
Yes.
That's my favorite cream cheese, by the way.
Everybody's.
Yeah, I know.
And I went to Giant and I bought this cream cheese, $7.
$7 for cream cheese.
$7. And I looked at it and I said, "Oh my God, what happened?"
But when I do that, like when I fill up my tank with gas and the gas is really expensive and I buy $7 cream cheese, you know what I say? Which tenant is paying for this?
No, I get you.
I just got $1,000 a month raise, Omri.
So I am doing everything I can, as you know, to bring my beloved people here and to convince my beloved people that in real estate is the best thing.
Absolutely.
And the term I use to express how real estate is the best investment is you will have inflation protection for life.
So I just got $1,000 a month raise. Anybody online listening got $1,000 a month raise? I got $1,000 a month raise. You know how I got $1,000 a month raise?
I know.
I raised my rents
By sending a letter.
Yeah, by sending a couple letters. Yeah,
I know.
That's it.
I know.
And they all sent me back. They all sent me a text message. Yep, we're staying. Of course they're staying. They're still under rent.
Of course.
Right. Anyway, we got Bobby and Martin. What's going on, Bobby?
I will like your book, but what my question is if you become a landlord, how do you handle all the problems that come out of having those facilities?
What kind of problems?
The showers are stuck, the floor doesn't leak, the floor is buckling, the roof leaks.
So I'm going to guess.
Give us more.
Hold on. I'm going to guess you're not a landlord, right, Bobby?
No, but my friend is, and he has one place, and he wants to start investing in them.
He's not a landlord either.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I'm going to tell you how I handle all these problems with the acronym IMPC. So what IMPC stands for is, you remember, Omri?
No.
I make phone calls.
Okay.
Right? So when tenant calls me up and says, "Hey, the toilet's overflowing," okay, whatever. I'll be right. I'll call you right back. I call a plumber and I send a plumber over there. That's it. No big deal. I don't care. Look, it's just like anything else. Bobby, you live in a house, I assume, right? Whether you own it or don't own it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you,
I do live in the house.
And do you own it?
Yes.
Okay, great. So when your toilet overflows, what do you do?
I call the guy that wants to be a landlord.
But you make phone calls, exactly, right? So imagine you were one of my tenants, right? You're one of my tenants, and you call me up and you say, "Hey, the toilet's overflowing." What's the first thing I'm going to say? "Hey, did you turn the water off, or is it stopped? Is it stopped leaking?" And you're going to say yes or no, and I'm going to say, "Well, turn it off if it's not off, right?" And sometimes you have to tell them actually to turn the valve because they don't even know.
Yeah.
But that's it. And then I'm saying, "Okay, I'll get a plumber out there." What are they going to say?
But those guys cost a fortune now if you can get one.
Oh, yeah, you know why you think it costs a fortune? Because you're not making a whole lot of money off a whole bunch of rental properties.
No, Bobby, there is something in what you say. Yes, providers cost more those days, but there are solutions for that. yes, provider cost more, but rents also bring more money in.
Exactly.
And if you have more than one or two or three properties, sometimes it's worth it to hire a person. I have a person that work full position for me. He don't have he don't have full position to manage my properties, but now he provides service to other landlords, and it's also a way for me to make money. Don't worry about that. And if it's so worrying you, I can tell you that there are management companies, for example, that you will still have a real estate that will bring you money every month, and you will need to give a portion, a small portion, to a management company that will clear your head and will make sure everything will run smooth for you.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something else. I have an iPhone, right? Mm-hmm. And it has something called Do Not Disturb mode.
Yeah.
At 9:30 at night, my phone goes into Do Not Disturb mode.
Me too.
Right? And the only people who can call me are my direct family, because you can exclude certain people.
Mm-hmm.
So if Bobby, if you called me, if you were my tenant and you called me, guess what? I'm not answering the phone.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to leave me a message, because whatever it is, if it's an emergency and the house is burning down, I don't need to be there. If the toilet's overflowing, I don't need to be there. You can wait just like anybody else. You'll wait till tomorrow. You'll leave me a message. I'll call you in the morning. And I'll solve the problem. I have never had I've never had a major problem. So I've been doing this for 42 years. I've never had a major problem. I had one tenant wreck the place, like took a sledgehammer to the place, and I loved it. I was so happy he took that sledgehammer to the place. Bobby, you want to guess why I was so happy he took the sledgehammer to the place?
The insurance paid for it.
Exactly.
The insurance paid for it, exactly. So
vandalism.
Once you understand how being a landlord really works, it's so great. Now, your friend should come to investor schooling also and learn how to be a landlord. Because I'm telling you right now, there's no such thing as bad tenants. There's only bad landlords. And once you learn how to be a good landlord, you're never going to have bad tenants if you're a good landlord. You'll have temporary bumps in the road with tenants, but that's it. I mean, rent's due on the 1st. On the 2nd, it's late. On the 5th, it's a $150 late fee. And on the 15th, I file for eviction. And if you explain that to the tenant every single time and mean it, that means on the 15th, guess what you have to do? You have to file for eviction. There's no, well, listen, my grandmother died and my car broke and blah, 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 blah. That's fantastic. I'm so sorry to hear that. Listen, I'm filing for eviction because it's the 15th. What? Too bad. See ya. Pay your rent. Now it's another $250 because I filed for eviction. And they're like, okay. And then they pay it, and they never do it again. That's what you have to do. You have to be consistent, like with children. Get it, Bobby?
But in New Jersey, it's not that easy to evict people in New Jersey.
Are you a landlord?
No.
Wait, hold on. Are you a landlord, Bobby?
No.
Then how do you know?
Because I do. I just hear horror stories of friends
hear horror
that had
stories
great
are from bad landlords that don't know what they're doing.
The horror stories are very, very unique, and they
Wait a minute, Larry.
What?
Are you saying... Wait a minute, Larry. Are you saying that landlords never get tied up in court and it gets protracted and dragged out?
It's rare.
But
the real problem, here's the real story that happens most of the time. Most of the time, this is what happens. The tenant says, hey, can I pay my rent late? And you go, okay. And then another month comes, hey, I'll pay you 2 months' rent next month. Okay. And then 4 months later, it's like, they haven't paid their rent in 4 months. Well, when are you going to file for eviction? I don't know. They keep saying they're going to pay it. That's the real problem. If you have a tenant who is a professional landlord and knows how to work the system.
Professional
tenant knows how to work the system, they might get an extra 15 or 20 days from me, but that's all they're getting because I'm moving so fast for them. In fact, when I say to them, rent's due on the 1st, on the 2nd it's late, on the 5th it's a $150 late fee, and on the 15th I file for eviction.
Correct.
Now listen, if you're in the hospital, your mother died, your grandmother died, you have a car accident, send me a text message or give me a call. I'm going to send you flowers, but I'm still filing for eviction.
And when you file, it doesn't mean they are out. It means the progress started.
Let's not get into the system.
So I just want to refer to what Bobby said.
Right.
The fact that you file on the 15th or even on the 10th, it doesn't mean they're out. It doesn't mean you want them out. And the story that you hear, Bobby, are from people that don't do it right, and also from what's called professional tenants that know how to take advantage of the system the most they can. And still, if you do it the right way in New Jersey or in Pennsylvania, it can't be more than 3 months, 90 days. With an appeal,
if it's 3 months, you did something wrong.
it's with an appeal.
Right.
And after the appeal, you go and you file again and you do all that. With all that, it can't reach over 3 months.
I don't even think it would reach that much.
I agree.
And Philadelphia is the worst, Bobby. It's
Correct.
so bad that I don't even want to deal with it. Like, they have this whole thing called the diversion program now, which it's like you have a lease that says if you don't pay your rent, you're going to be evicted, right?
We need the rattle from Purim.
Yeah.
Right? Every time you say Philadelphia,
yeah.
And the diversion program, we need to do that. Oh, my God.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see
Every time you say, because,
let's see we do. Here,
because
say
Philadelphia.
Say Philadelphia.
Because Philadelphia. Exactly. And their way is so anti-landlord.
Yeah.
It's so, they believe that all landlords are Russian oligarchs that are here to get rich on poor people and to throw people to the street. And that's completely wrong. Completely wrong. And that's why me also, I don't put my money in Philadelphia. Why? Because Philadelphia don't because the city they don't benefit me and my investment in any way.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, they have programs now where before you can even go to court, they have something called a diversion program where you have to sit down with a moderator to decide, a mediator to decide whether you can evict them or not, or maybe work something out. Well, it's totally ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Tell me, Mr. Tenant, why haven't you paid?
Yeah, why haven't you paid? Well, because I decided not to because I live in Philadelphia.
Because it's so easy for me, right?
And I don't have to pay rent.
Yeah, Philadelphia don't ask you to pay rent.
In fact, in Philadelphia, you could rob stores now. I forgot to do it. You could rob stores in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And they won't even arrest you. So
when was it?
So
two
you think Jersey bad? Huh.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I think it was that the riots were going in Philadelphia, and all the stores covered their windows with plywood, with 4x8 plywood.
Yeah, which they had to buy themselves.
And that exactly, and then you look at it and you say, how bad the situation here?
Right?
How can it be that all those store owners don't trust their police, their city, nothing? Because I believe they know something that we don't.
All right, Bobby, we're gonna let you go because it sounds like you reached your destination. But wait, before you go, let Glenn take your address so we can give you the book.
Oh, great! Thank you.
You got it, man.
I thought you forgot about it. You're a man of your word.
And come to Investor Schooling.
Yeah, and learn how to be a landlord.
InvestorSchooling.com.
That's why I want to. That's why I want to read the book.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You will see that being a landlord, it's not as scary as you believe.
Being a landlord is actually great.
Larry Steinhouse is a guy that I met before. He liked to say, never learn from poor people. And there is a very, very good reason for that.
Yeah, don't listen to poor people.
Only listen to those who have experience in what they recommend for you. Ask them how many times they did that. Don't go with rumors. Rumors are the worst.
Yeah, go with real experience.
Exactly.
With real people who are doing it, and you'll have so much more funny, and you'll be making the money. All right, Bobby, thanks for calling. We're going to get your address. Glenn's going to get your address right now. All right, we got a few minutes, Mr. Omri.
Yes, Mr. Steinhouse.
What do you want to do? You want to bash annuities again?
No, we're done.
Who
is after us?
Some show. I don't know.
Would they talk about annuities?
I can't talk. I'm not allowed to say their name.
Why would you?
I was warned.
I know. Why would you?
You know why I was warned? Who I was warned from, right? I was warned from WPHT when they me.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. We are still here. It's very hard to kick us. It's very, very hard. I know.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Anyway,
we are tired today.
I know, it's a tired day.
I know.
So we're going to go, after the show, we're going to go look at a property, right? We're going to go look at one of my properties.
Could be.
That's almost ready to rent. So here's an interesting thing. Bobby, you probably appreciate this if you're still listening. I had a property that I bought with a tenant in it. So I've owned this property for, I don't know, 8 years maybe.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, with a tenant in it, and the tenant was paying low rent, and I kept raising it, but I didn't raise it much. And he finally left. I don't know, maybe 3 months ago. And I decided to completely renovate the unit. So remember when Omri said that he has this guy that works for him. So I use this guy every once in a while. So Omri can make the guy's payroll.
Yes.
And we're completely renovating the apartment, and it looks so beautiful, doesn't it?
It looks amazing because it looks like a brand new place.
Right.
We didn't replace the kitchen, but we reinstalled the kitchen so it will be...
Right, because the kitchen cabinets, I did the kitchen cabinets about 4 years ago.
So it will be the right way.
And I didn't, right, and they weren't put in right, which was amazing. But it is what it is.
New bathroom, new paint,
And we put a new bathroom
floors,
in. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Everything.
It looks absolutely gorgeous.
And the house looks gorgeous, exactly.
So we think that, so I'm going to get more rent like I always do. So one of the things that I often tell people if they're a landlord and they own properties is renovate the property better than you would than if it was just a rental. So I always renovate it as if I was going to sell it. I want it to look beautiful in case I do need to sell it. So you never know. Something might happen when I have to sell a property.
I know.
And it's a fire sale. To me, a fire sale is I have to sell it quickly. But if I have it beautiful, at least in a fire sale, I'm going to get a lot of money for it.
So
that's why I do it.
I'm looking for more properties. I also think about maybe buying a house for myself, and I am in a conflict in this market because I try to add value to each one of my properties. Because the same way that you think, I always think if for God's sake something happened to me, to my wife, to one of my kids, and I need to sell fast because I need to fly them to Timbuktu to get a special operation, for God's sake, I don't know what, I can sell fast without losing.
Right.
And that's the most important thing.
Exactly.
That's how I think. And I also want to know that if something does happen to me, I can move in.
Yeah. So, and it's another thing. So what he just said is one of the keys to the way I've been investing since I was 18 years old. I have a lot of properties that I would not want to live in, but every single one of them I can live in. What I mean by that is they're nice enough for me to walk in there, live in there, and feel like I'm comfortable.
Home.
Yeah. I could, and if it's home to me, it's home to my tenants. And that's another reason why I have good tenants and another reason why I'm a good landlord and things go well for me.
Don't be a slamlord.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't be a slamlord, because if you will give to people a nice place to take care of, they will take care of it. If they won't appreciate the place because the kitchen is broken, the electricity doesn't work right, they won't appreciate the place, they won't take care of the place. Give them a place they want to take care of.
And it's possible they won't take care of it anyway, but it's easier to fix a property that was done right the first time.
Agreed.
It's easier to fix it. So that's another reason why it's a great thing to do. And if they take a sledgehammer to it, go, thank you. You're going to be arrested.
Things happen.
You're going to be arrested, and I'm going to get money from the insurance company. So thank you very much. I totally appreciate you destroying my property for me.
Things happen.
So that's great. Anyway, we got a little bit about almost 30 seconds left.
Really?
Yeah, the show went quick.
I know.
So this is now the Larry Steinhouse Show. I am Larry Steinhouse of Investor Schooling, and you can get a free class of Investor Schooling by going to investorschooling.com. And if you go to investorschooling.com, you can sign up and be here on Thursday.
Please
and
come.
You can meet Omri, you can meet myself. And listen, if you happen to have an annuity and you made the mistake of buying an annuity, come see me. I have some options for you that might work to get out, but sometimes I tell people, look, you already made the mistake. It is what it is. All right, investorschooling.com. We're looking forward to seeing you on Thursday. And Omri will give you the phone number on Thursday as well. See you Thursday, investorschooling.com.
Bye-bye.
This program is paid for by